that.
Steve, that obviously difficult.
Yeah.
Explain what you think at full time. Those days like that, you just have to take on the chin.
No, we don't just have to take on the chin. We have to deal with it because we fell way short today in terms of competing. You know, of course, we could have played really well there and still not got anything out of the game. You know, it was always going to be a tough game, but the situation we're in, but any situation that you're in competitive sport and football, the bare minimum you have to do is to stand up, be counted and fight and be hard to beat. And we just didn't do that well enough at the start of the game. I thought we settled okay. Arsenal obviously had all of the ball and territory, but I thought we were okay in terms of our shape and compact, and we did have one or two moments where we looked a bit of a threat going forward. There's some set pieces, etc. And the second half was about trying to continue that, hoping that with Arsenal chasing for the second goal, we could hit them on a breakaway and try and open up the game as the game went on. But you know, the start of the second half, we were nowhere near competitive enough. I can't think of tackles, even fouls, which can happen when you compete in, even bookings. Players running past us, 1-2s, etc. And in the end, you know, if you're not going to do that, particularly at this level, then you're going to get hurt. So it's frustrating because I think it's something that we've made good steps on in the last few weeks, that part of the game. So to take more than a step backwards on that part of our game today is really frustrating, and it ended up costing us.
Steve, you've got Brentford and Crystal Palace coming up in your next two home games in the Premier League. Do you learn more from those games than you perhaps will from?
No, we learn from every game, Paul. I think that, like I said, it's a difficult scoreline today, but obviously a really difficult performance to look back at and review. And you could see live that we weren't competitive enough. And you know what we have to do as a group is look, face up to it, reflect and review accordingly, which will be challenging because it won't be great viewing, and do much better, because at the end of the day, you know, it was clear that was going on, particularly in the second half, and we got punished. But you will do at this level, you know, not just the top of the league, at any game. So like I said, since the Leicester game, we've been much better and harder to beat, and that has to be the base that we start any game from, but it wasn't today. And like I said, we've only got ourselves to blame.
How much of your performance do you think was down to the way Arsenal played? They're quite well at the moment.
Yeah, of course. You know, I don't want to take anything away from Arsenal. They were well worthy of the victory and the scoreline. And like I said, you know, they could have won the game today by us being much better than what we were, but we weren't. And you know, I'm not going to look too much at Arsenal. Obviously, I'm going to look at what we didn't do well enough in the game today, and that's where my focus is. So, and to be honest, you know, like I said, it was Arsenal, a great team and in great form, etc. But I think if we played anybody today in the Premier League and competed as little as what we did, then we would have found it really tough. So we picked an even worse day to be like that. And like I said, that's why the performance in the scoreline was what it was.
I respect it's not your concern, but from what you've seen so far, would you say Arsenal are title contenders?
I mean, I'm not really thinking about that too much. You know, we obviously wish him well in that approach, but like everybody else, you know, I'm not thinking too much about that. They were obviously good today, and we allowed them to be as well. Like I said, I don't want to take anything away from them. They were excellent, but my focus, with respect, is just on what we didn't do well enough today, and there were lots of that. And because of that, you know, it's ended up being a bit of a painful viewing and painful for the players as well to play in it. But we've got to stand up now. Like I said, challenge each other in how we fell way short today, and do our very best to put it right next week against Brentford. Thanks.
Sarah, and then we'll finish with one more.
Yes, sir.
Steve, you said it felt like a step back, particularly after last week and the strides we've made in recent weeks. How do you make sure it doesn't go further than that?
Like I said, it's it wasn't just about winning last week, and with it being obviously quite a high-profile win against Liverpool. I felt like the last few games we've been much better at what we fell way short at today, which was in the end just being hard to beat and competing in a football match. So we have to have some grown-up conversations, you know, both with myself, staff, and definitely players, and be honest about how today was, and aim to be much better going forward.
Okay, last one here. Yeah.
Hi Steve.
Hi.
Apologies for asking about an opposition player on a difficult day, but there was a nice moment full time with you and Reiss Nelson. I know you worked with him during your time with the England setup.
Yeah.
Was he a player and a talent you always believed had the pedigree to make an impact
Yeah.
at the Premier League level?
Yeah. Okay, I would have liked to see him in a different moment, but my focus is obviously on my guys. But yeah, I worked with Reiss with England, and I was at a strong relationship, and he was in a group where he was a standout player with under 17s. So it's good to see him doing well. Just wish it wasn't today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.